Taking advantage of this bad weather to do a quick review on the Fischer Profoils. I had a lot of people ask me about these and I couldn't really give an honest opinion until I used them for a full season. If you want the quick nitty-gritty details on these, click here. I'm just going to talk about my experience using them here in the Northeast, which is going to be dramatically different than what you'll see in the Rockies or out west. I put about 30 days on these and used them in all conditions: freezing cold, wet snow, groomers, backcountry, and I'm just going to go through the advantages, similarities, and disadvantages to other synthetic or mohair skins. And first off, the advantages. Well, one thing is the durability. I had to actually leave these on my skis a lot this winter, going down hiking trails or just using them as speed control. And since it's made of a hard plastic, going over branches, debris, stuff like that, didn't really damage them at all. You know, I did turn on a few rocks and it took a little bit off the edge, but overall, I was really impressed by the durability. The other advantage is that since they're plastic, they don't absorb water. So those are really the two only things I noticed. For the similarities, really same grip and glide. I actually tested these going downhill with a stopwatch compared to their synthetic mohair blend skin, and there was no difference. The weight, really not much difference either. These are 16 grams heavier than my other Fischer skins, and these are for the Hannibal 100s, which are 180 in length. And then in terms of clumping, these are going to clump just as much as traditional skins in that wet snow. You could probably treat it with something, but I never played around with that. And now the disadvantages is that the first thing is that there's a learning curve. These are a little different to use than your regular skins. They fold up flat on each other, and then you have a little skin divider here to separate. And the workflow of doing that, packing, unpacking, takes a little bit to get used to at first, but it's really not that slow, but it is slower. And the second thing is that the pack size, this can only fold up flat like this. You're not going to be able to roll it and just jam it in necessarily any pocket like you could with other skins. The other thing is that these, although these are pre-cut, which is great, they cover the edges. And anywhere in the backcountry where you're going to want some edge purchase on some steep terrain or some icy terrain, you're going to want your metal edge. So I don't know what Fischer was thinking with that. Next year, it sounds like they're fixing it. Going back to the folds, the folding, these pre-cut folds in really cold temperatures might pop off the ski, allowing snow to get in there. And if snow gets in there, this is just like any other climbing skin. This glue is going to get wet or just covered in snow, and it's not going to stick to the base of your ski, and then it's going to be effectively useless. And that happened my first time using them. I maybe got 3 short runs in, and then they were no good. Also, this tail strap comes undone quite a bit. You know, I've played around with the tension, but you know, I've had it come off a lot more than other skins. And the last disadvantage would be the price point. These have a price point of $225, which is a lot. You know, if you have the money, go for it. I would say try them out. These will last a long time, but the problem is you could get, you know, if you're on a budget, you could get another skin for $120 to $140 that you might have a little bit of a compromise, but for the budget, it's going to be worth it. The bottom line is that it's awesome to see Fischer try something new out. You know, this is a pretty big departure from your traditional climbing skins and is by no means the end-all solution, but I think it is a step in a direction where this can be a viable product. I'm not sure what that means in terms of maybe blending this with some traditional skin, but I do like this idea, this concept of the fish scale. It's, again, the first iteration. Next year, they're gonna have trim to fit version, which will be a whole nother review. And then they're gonna lighten up, I think, some of the tip connectors and maybe change the tail connector. So again, if you have the money, go for it. And if you don't, find some cheaper synthetic skins that won't be a huge compromise. But either way, it was fun to try these out, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do in the future.